Law enforcement agencies commonly use dogs as part of their effort to fight drug crime. Now, private companies are also offering canines for hire to landlords and companies concerned about drugs on their premises. The biggest is based in Vancouver. The CBC's Chad Pawson went out with one of the crews as it made the rounds.
It's a dark night in Vancouver's West End, one of Canada's most densely populated neighborhoods. High-rises and condo complexes crowd together. The ocean laps at the beach just blocks away. Two brand new pickup trucks park in the back lane of one apartment building, and out come a pair of dogs, sniffing and strutting at their owner's leash.
So you're going to see how good they are tonight. So you got two different types of dogs, young punk-ass dogs, and the old senior citizen dog.
Dale Crump holds back Spot, a black lab he refers to as Old Faithful. Chip, a pointer lab mix, is the younger dog, full of energy. They all work for Canadian Canine. It's been in the private drug and explosive detection business since 1997. Dogs like Spot and Chip have been doing a floor-by-floor hallway search of this apartment building for the past 4 years. After a 24-hour notice to residents, Canadian Canine has the dogs sniff every nook and cranny around every doorway. If Canadian Canine finds something, they report it to the landlord, who can then go look inside the apartment. The company's dogs are certified with BC's Ministry of Justice and are described as police dogs without the badge. But unlike the police, Canine doesn't need just cause to initiate a search, just a welcome from a landlord, business owner, or even school principal. Police don't seem to mind the added help. Officers in Vancouver investigated just 13 grow-ops last year. That's down from 455 in 2001.
People automatically assume that because we're detection that there's going to be arrests involved, and there isn't. We're not here to arrest, we're here to detect.
Carissa Nicholson is tagging along on this random search. She lives in Ottawa, where a year ago she launched the city's first dog narcotic detection agency. Her dog Buck, like Spot and Chip, were trained in the States, where this business is far more common and accepted. It's something Nicholson's painfully aware of.
I'm hitting walls, basically. It seems the criminals have more protection than the general public, basically. The charter's thrown in my face constantly, and it's such a political place. I'm treading water, basically.
What she's talking about is a reluctance from landlords to allow her and Buck onto properties. Residential Tenancy Acts in BC and Ontario allow a landlord to enter a rental unit with 24 hours written notice. But Nicholson says landlords in Ottawa are afraid, despite the risk of a grow-op ruining their property.
Nobody wants to admit that they have a problem in their house or in their rental unit. And if they bring somebody in questioning that, they feel that they're infringing on that person's rights to be there. Little do they realize that if they are taking advantage of the rental property, they're faced with a huge bill after the fact and a piece of property that is worthless.
Who's got the keys?
Nicholson has now joined forces with Canadian Canine. She hopes the established name will help her win clients in Ottawa, but she also may need some help from her provincial lawmakers or even the federal government for more legitimacy. BC is the only province that recognizes and certifies detection animals.
The answer would be a national certification, so that there is a third-party body that has one set of standards that's acceptable even to the courts, so that whether or not I get certified in Nova Scotia, Alberta, Ontario, I have the same qualifications as my counterpart in another province.
Meanwhile, on this night, the only drugs Spot and Chip find are ones intentionally planted by their masters. The dogs need to find something, or they'll lose interest in looking. This building has been cleaned for 4 years, but Canadian Canine says searches here will continue to keep it that way. Chad Pawson, CBC News, Vancouver.